So the question number one is, what happened in California?
The answer is the battlefield is just daunting.
Okay.
There are Republicans are outnumbered in California 3-1. There
3-1.
hasn't been a Republican elected statewide in California in 20 years. It's almost impossible for anybody to win in California if you're a real Republican. By that I mean strong on national security, strong on borders, pro-life, low taxes, low regulation. If you're a phony one, maybe you might be able to win. But if you're a real conservative, it's almost impossible. The only reason I ran in the recall election is because it was a two-step deal. If 50% plus one voted to recall him, whoever got the most votes on the replacement side would win. So I could have won with as little as 30% or so of all the votes cast had he been recalled. Because we got 3.5 million votes on the replacement side, more than almost all the other 45 candidates combined. I carried 57 to 58 counties on the replacement side. The only one I didn't carry was San Francisco, and I lost that by 149 votes.
149?
And I didn't spend 1 minute or one dime campaigning there, and I almost carried that county. There was a two-term mayor of San Diego I ran against on the recall side. I carried his county by 30 points. Assemblyman in Sacramento also ran, named Kevin Kiley. I carried his county by 30 points. By any stretch of the imagination, it was an extraordinarily amazing insurgency campaign. I did not get endorsed by the state GOP. Kevin McCarthy stayed out of it. I got no help from the outside. These were all people that were just fed up with what was going on in California and got behind my candidacy. So I'm thinking about taking my act on the road. By that I mean running for something else. And there's only one office that I think is more important than governor of California, and I'll leave that to your imagination as to what that office is.
I think I know.
Yeah.
I think I got a pretty clear idea. I've always been an El Dorado. Obviously, I called you more than once.
Right.
After 2 million people, I'm sure you don't remember. But question number two will be, what are you going to do next? You already answered that. Where are you now besides going to Hannity? Any other places that we can
I
find
now,
you, we can look for you?
I now do a daily TV show for Epic Time, EPOCH,
okay.
epictv.com. You can go on YouTube and see it. They have their own website. Also, I'm on cable, on a cable channel called NTD. That stands for New Tang Dynasty.
Okay.
And in LA, it's on Spectrum, Channel 23, but you have to go to the website ntd.com to find out where it is in your neighborhood. It's about 25 million homes, and it's growing. I also have a syndicated column I've had since April of 1998. It's in about 80 different newspapers. And I have a PAC called elderforamerica.com, where I'm raising money for candidates to take back the House, take back the Senate, campaign for school choice, get rid of this ridiculous critical race theory, get rid of these soft on crime DAs, and to campaign for strong families. Because the number one problem facing America, you heard me say a million times, is the large number of kids who enter the world without a father married to the mother. 40% of all kids in this country enter the world without a father married to the mother. 25% of white kids do, half of Hispanic kids do, 70% of black kids do. And forget about elder. Barack Obama once said, a kid raised without a father is 5 times more likely to be poor and commit crime, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, and 20 times more likely to end up in jail. It is far and away the number one social problem in America. And what we've done with our welfare state is we've incentivized women to marry the government, and we've incentivized men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility. That's what I'm all about.
Crenshaw High.
Crenshaw.
You went there.
Actually, I went to 4 high schools. Larry had some issues. I went to Washington, Crenshaw, Dorsey, and Fairfax.
Okay,
I
I know them all.
ultimately graduated from Crenshaw.
So my very last question is,
Yes, sir.
the reason why I mentioned your school is because you know so-called very, very good. What do we need to do in California in particular in order to get Hispanics to rely on their values, which are conservative?
Right.
And that's what we're doing at Voice Media. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw
but
that.
we want to really tap into that and make the Republicans understand that we are conservative.
Absolutely.
And
it's beginning to happen. It's beginning to happen. Look at the polls now. Hispanics have turned against Joe Biden. The only major demographic group that still is in favor of Joe Biden are black people.
Matthew.
But during my campaign, Gloria Romero, the former Senate Majority Leader, Democrat, she crossed party lines and supported me because of school choice. We're getting the worst education in the inner city and in the barrios. Half of all the third graders in California can't read or write at proficiency levels. And so school choice and the economy and hard work and pro-life values. This is something that Hispanics have always believed. I've never understood why Hispanics were in bed with the Democrats. And Hispanics don't want open borders either.
Yeah.
The people that are hurt the most by open borders are people living in the inner city with high school or less because they're competing against illegal aliens, many of whom don't have much education. They're the ones they're competing against. And because of the presence of illegal alien labor, it puts downward pressure on the wages of people living here in America. So for all those reasons, I think a lot of Hispanics are waking up and rethinking their allegiance to the Democratic Party. I wish black people would.
Yeah.
I really do.
I know you've always been saying about the school choice, always.
Right.
So I really hope that we can do that. But we got a nice little challenge going there. And I mean, what would you say in order to really advance in those regards?
Family, values, strong borders, schools that actually work.
Okay.
That's what we need.
Okay.
And by the way, somebody once called my radio show and said, he's Latino, and he said, you know, our community needs a Hispanic Larry Elder. I said, there is a Hispanic Larry Elder. He said, who? I said, Larry Elder. Come on.
I always say buenas tardes, buenas noches,
That's
but
right.
does that make you Hispanic?
That's right. I was born in Pico Union.
I know
Hispanic
where that
area,
is. I know where
and
that is.
my father's
Viking
cafe.
taco right there.
My father's cafe was 1230 South Valencia. You know, and that's where I was born and raised. I went to 10th Street Elementary School, my first school.
I always listen to your mother as well and your
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you.
So I just wanted to thank you so very, very much. And I really hope we can see you very, very soon. Sooner than later.
I hope so too.
We need to see you there.
God bless.
Thanks. God
Thank
bless.
you.